going to show you the double loops first, which is what I'm doing here. And it's not hard, but it can be a little bit tricky to do this while you're getting used to moving the yarns back and forth. So first what you want to do, you want to start by making a knit stitch like you normally would, except that you're not going to slip the stitch off your left needle, you're just going to leave it there. So you see you have a stitch on your left needle and a stitch on your right needle. Now what you want to do is take the yarn, bring it between the needles to the front of the work, and you're just going to grab it with your thumb like this and pull it out a little bit. And you can pull it as much as you like. It doesn't have to be long, it can be a short loop. Then you're going to take the yarn back between the needles, over top of your left needle, grab it with your thumb, and then the yarn's going to go back between the needles again so that you're in a position to knit. Now if you'll notice, you have two stitches on your left needle now. The first one is the original stitch that you started with, and then you have the second one, which you just got by wrapping the yarn over the needle to make your second loop. You need to knit both of these together. And then just drop them off the left needle. And now, remember you also had that stitch on your right needle. There it is right there. What you want to do with this is pick it up and slip it over this stitch that you just knit, just like if you were binding off or passing a slip stitch over. So pick it up with your left needle and pull it over the stitch. And you can pull on your loops a little bit to tighten it up. And now you have two little loops on your knitting. And we'll do that again. Knit stitch, but leave the stitch on your left needle. Yarn comes between the needles to the front of the work. Grab the yarn with your thumb. Take the yarn back between the needles and over top of the left needle. Grab it with your thumb again. Yarn goes back behind your left needle in the position to knit. Knit both of these stitches together. And then you're going to pass that first stitch over the stitch that you just knit. Sorry, trying to keep it where you can see what I'm doing. It's a little hard with this stitch. Okay, that is the double loop. Now for the single loop, you're going to start the same way like you would for a knit stitch, but don't drop it off the left needle. Again, the yarn is going to come between the needles to the front. Grab the yarn with your thumb, pull it out as much as you like. The yarn goes to the back. And now, instead of bringing it over the needle and around your thumb again, you're just going to knit. And then again, you need to pick up that first stitch and drop it or pull it over the second one. You can give your loop a little bit of a pull to tighten up the stitch. I'll show you the single loop one more time. Knit stitch, leave it on the left needle. Yarn comes to the front. And grab it with your thumb. Yarn goes back. Knit. And then pass the first stitch over. That is how to do the loop or the first stitch.